Talking about Moise Kean, I haven't seen much of him, but considering the hype and the expectations of him at Juventus, and he's done fairly well. I mean, settling in at Everton, I would put him in the decent category because he's also got years to improve himself. He's quite, I think, 18 or 19 yet.
19.
He's 19.
Yeah. So decent for me.
Yeah. The problem with Moise Kean was obviously Italy are a bunch of racists. They didn't treat him well. His career didn't get off to a great start there, even though he was proving himself very well at Juventus in the absence of their main regular goal scorer. Even Everton, Duncan Ferguson didn't do him any justice. Do you remember the time he brought him on and brought him off after 15 minutes?
United game, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That is not how you treat your youngster. Like, that's not how you treat a talent that has just come to your club. Even if you're just wasting time. Like, there are different ways to waste
I understand,
time. Like, he has not been treated very well in his young career. He has a lot of potential. I think he's decent at this current moment. If he gets the right opportunity in the right place, he will become a baller.
Yeah.
So, next up, Gabriel Martinelli.
Next up on this list, Martinelli, Arsenal. Okay. So,
a small club.
Yeah. So, since Arsenal do not play in the UCL, he probably cannot be a UCL quality player. Yeah. And I mean, it's not that he's like putting the Europa League on fire. So I think he would be in the decent category for me right now.
Obviously, there were not a lot of expectations for a club like Arsenal signing him from the 4th Brazilian division. So he's done very well for himself in that regard. But on the other hand, to start day in, day out for Arsenal and not lead any kind of charge, just lead them to draws after draws is not what you would expect. Like, he's not had one very important match-winning contribution. Like, even Mason Greenwood has that. So I would go as far as to say that Gabriel Martinelli is overhyped.
Oh, okay. Abhay, what do you think?
Yeah, so I haven't seen him play at all, and I have some 2 or 3 Arsenal fans who are my friends, and based on how much they hype him, I would put him in the overhyped category.
Just based on that.
Yeah. Because like they talk like he would bench, I think, Martial and Rashford at
no, let's move on.
That's way too much.
That's pure bullshit. That is pure bullshit.
Lautaro Martinez, let's just move on.
So Aryan, I think you would be the proper fan to talk about.
Since Barca was linked to him for such a long while in the summer.
They still are.
Is
still. He is not very well built, but he's really physical, if you know what I mean. Like, he doesn't have the body to boot, but he has the physicality,
really
the mental
slicky.
strength. He's slicky as well. He can slip past very easily. He would be the perfect striker for the Argentina national team for a long time. If they can just improve their defense, they would become instant contenders for any kind of international trophy. That's the only.
I mean, they really can't improve the defense because it's not up to them.
Playing Rojo and Otamendi is not acceptable. Like, it's not
who
acceptable.
Else?
I mean, y'all had that.
Let's not move away from the topic. Let's just
Mascherano, exactly. I think Caballero.
Caballero.
Dono takle.
Okay. I think
Lautaro Martinez, I think he'll go in UCL quality because he would go to any top club in any of the top 5 leagues and make a mark. I would say that.
All right,
Abhay?
Yeah, same.
Abhay,
so,
what do you think as a Serie A fan?
Play versus Juve, I think that was a really good match for him, and just purely based on his stats, he has like 15 goals, I guess, like 15 odd goals in the Serie A, and he had that really good stint in the CL where he scored a lot of goals, and he was really in the limelight for his goal scoring and finishing prowess. So I think currently I would rate him as a CL quality because he would, as Aryan said, fit into most CL attacking formations, and he would set it on fire. So I think CL quality.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with both of you. So Kylian Mbappe, can we simply move him to the Ballon d'Or
Yeah, I
category?
mean, like just given like Ballon d'Or, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he could simply like win it next or next to next year. Like
yeah.
if
He
he
could
moves
have
to a bigger
won
club,
this year too.
any kind of trophy. I mean, he will be in the
Yeah.
running this year, but if he moves to a bigger club,
Yeah.
proves himself in a better
Hmm.
league, he's going to win the Ballon d'Or. So
Hmm.
next up,
Next up is
I
Weston
think it's
McKennie.
Rabi Matondo. No,
no,
okay,
Weston
sorry.
McKennie,
Sorry,
Yeah.
yeah.
US's next football star.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Pulisic was supposed to
So
be
I first
Pulisic
I
is
first heard about him when like he was he loaned from some club to some club? I don't remember. Like I'd
he
seen him in the news or something.
He transferred from MLS straight to Schalke. So
Like that. Oh yeah. So I saw him in the Revia Derby last month, and he was really lackluster in that game. I didn't really fancy him as a midfielder. Yeah, like he got the ball, but he lost it too quickly for a good center midfielder. So I think currently he would be in the overhype for me because he is mentioned as a wonder kid, but I don't really see the wonder part of it in him when I've seen him play.
yeah.
So I think for me personally, he's in the overhype category.
Actually, for the fans who haven't been following the Bundesliga for a long time, who only started watching the Bundesliga like this season because it was the one of the first to resume, I think he would not come across as one of the wonder kids. But like 2 seasons ago, when Schalke actually made the Champions League, when they had Naldo and McKennie and all of them, McKennie was actually one of the best midfielders in the Bundesliga, like one of the best defensive midfielders, stat-wise as well as on the pitch. Like he was obviously he's still US football's future. This season, Schalke's performances have not been good itself, so we cannot be too harsh on McKennie when the team around him is not performing at all. Schalke has been a shadow of its former self. So I think McKennie is still decent. He still has the potential to become a good starting midfielder on a UCL winning team, but not just yet.
So indecent.
Okay, so I think I would put him in decent as well. Firstly, because I've not seen him play at all, and I don't want to be too harsh on him. And if he's like said to be US football's future, it's probably fair we put him in
Dest and Pulisic
and Sargent.
Yeah, so it's fair we put him in decent category.
Eder Militao.
I think Abhay,
Yeah, I think he would fit in the CL quality for me. Like there's like a huge bias, but like from what I've seen, he's I think 22 or 23 or 24. I don't know.
22, I think.
Yeah, so like for that age, like he's a defensive wall, and he's like a Sergio Ramos. Like he can play centre back / right back. And at Porto, like why we bought him, and at Porto he was really good, and he was like one of the top players alongside Alex Telles. So I think for me he would be in the CL quality any day.
Personally, I thought that Alex Telles was going to be the first one to get a big move away before Eder Militao, because he's been consistent for a long time, but we move away. Eder Militao, I think, has the potential to be either a Sergio Ramos or a Jesus Vallejo. So he's going to be one of the two.
Not the latter one.
Yeah,
so.
even I hope so. Yeah. Even being a Barcelona fan, I don't want any wonder kid's career to go to waste. Like he has a lot of potential. He has a good frame. He's very physical. He's fast. He's like the Varane mold, but he still hasn't like proven himself very well on the Real Madrid stage. For Porto, obviously, he took them to the quarters just to get knocked out by Liverpool. But for Real Madrid, he hasn't been all that. So I would say he's decent.
Yeah, I would put him in decent category as well. Aryan said that he's not proven himself at Real Madrid. But I mean, you look at Real Madrid's defense.
Defense, they don't really need anyone to fill it.
Yeah.
So, which is why I put him in.
And then they've got Mr. Versatile in Nacho.
Yeah.
But like he's 30 now, so I think he's not
Yeah.
really Mister. He's like a grandpa versatile.
Next up,
All
Mason
right.
Mount.
Next up, it's Mason Mount from Chelsea. Uh, so Mason Mount, I think last season he was on loan at Derby
Yes.
Yeah, with
alongside
Frank
Frank
Lampard
Lampard,
too.
So
obviously. Yeah.
he,
I have not seen much of him again. I remember one of his goals where he took the ball on his further foot, spun away from the defender and shot it in the near post. That was a very smart move. Like he
Yeah,
that especially to do
he's
that in the box.
aware of his
Hmm.
position in the box. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not too. He. It's like I'm confused between UCL quality and decent. Let's not be too harsh on him. I think he would be UCL quality uh, because Chelsea are in the UCL, and he obviously has a lot of years to develop himself.
I think he's like the perfect, like he's like the region of Cesc Fabregas. He's not the fastest. He's not the defensive monster. He's not like defensively good. He's attacking. He's very good. He's good. He's good at playmaking. So he's like Cesc Fabregas' perfect replacement at Chelsea. And obviously, with the youth route that Frank Lampard has taken this season, meant that he has got a lot of opportunity. And more often than not, he has delivered on, like he's not like the Tammy Abraham. Tammy Abraham more often than not has not delivered, but Mason Mount more often than not has delivered. So I am going to say at this moment he is decent, on the verge of UCL quality. So
Yeah.
All right, Abhay.
Yeah, same. So I haven't seen him play a lot, but when I seen him play, I think versus the 5-2 win at versus Norwich or Wolves, I guess. I guess Wolves. Yeah. So I think in that match he really played well alongside Tammy, where they linked up really well, and I think he obviously has that slow pace in him, but he's good at what he does. So like he's a cam and he can play make really well with a great vision. So I think I'd put him in the decent again, as Aaron said, on the verge of CL quality.
All right.
Victor Osimhen, I would like to
I think-
start here. I think
Yeah, start.
Victor Osimhen deserves to be on a UCL team. Like he has, after the departure of Nicolas Pepe, nobody was expecting Lille to become Lille to be in a Champions League position this season.
Podium.
They are fourth, I think.
Yeah, they are still
No,
in
second.
the Champions League position. They are still in a
No,
great position
In
to
the
qualify.
in the French league, it's only 3 positions for the Champions League.
I think the fourth one goes into the playoffs. So
Yeah, players with the.
Lille will have a great chance because they are one of the top. They're from one of the top leagues. They'll skip 1 or 2 rounds. So for that itself, I think Victor Osimhen is UCL quality. I think he has a great weaker foot. I think he can shoot very well with both feet. He is obviously very fast. He's rapid. He's filled into that Nicolas Pepe role, but at striker. So he's had a bulk of contribution to Lille's goals this season, which is why I'm saying he's UCL quality.
All right. Again, it's a player I have not seen. I mean, I haven't seen Victor Osimhen at all. I only heard of him a couple of weeks ago when he got linked to Tottenham and some of the other clubs.
Chelsea.
Yeah. So I think right now I would put him in the decent category. Abhay, your thoughts?
Yeah, so I haven't seen him play on the real pitch, but I have used him a lot of times in my career mode in like FIFA 17 as well. So I think ever since then he's like that pacey baller with that flair in him, and he can shoot as well. So I think currently, because I don't really see him on the pitch, so I don't have a scale to gauge his potential. So currently I'd rank him as decent, but obviously like he has a high bar to fill.
And next
In
up on
America.
this list is
Christian Pulisic.
Christian Pulisic.
Yeah.
So I think I would want to go first.
Go on.
Pulisic, obviously, we know for his exploits at Dortmund. He was one of their best players for a certain period of time. Uh, I think I would put him in the UCL quality category because for a lot of UCL teams, he would start, and he is slightly better than Mason Mount in my opinion. So
I'm going to say that Christian Pulisic is overhyped. I'm just putting it out there. He is very hit and miss. He can be good on his day. On the other days, you are like, where is Christian Pulisic? So he's obviously a fast winger. He is good at shooting. You can expect that with the Americans. But but no,
And he's
I don't.
also young, so he can win.
I don't really see how much better he can get. So I'm just going to put it out there. He's overhyped. Only Chelsea fans like him and US fans.
Yeah, so I really first heard of him in like 2016 when he had that really good season with Dortmund, and I think in 2018 Chelsea bought him, and ever since then he had like just 2 weeks of that prime Pulisic stints, like where he scored that hat trick versus West Ham.
And against Burnley.
If it was and Burnley, like they are like the two Brexit teams, and so I think he would be in the overhype for me too. But like he'd be like decent, but I think the amount of hype that he's getting, and he was bought for like 55 million.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think it hasn't really been like an ROI situation. Like it was really bad. So I think overhyped.
All right. So next up on this list we have Marcus Rashford, and personally I think he
take the wheel.
I think he is definitely UCL quality. We've seen his performances this season in the Premier League. He's got like 14 goals, and he only played until mid-January, which is around 25 games. So I think if you play him in the left wing position, which is his favorite position, he's definitely UCL quality.
On this season alone, I would put him as a baller. On his career overall, with the problems that he has had, I'm going to put him in UCL quality. He is definitely has the potential to become a Ballon d'Or winner though. So
yeah.
Abhay?
Yeah, so this season I was really impressed with him because in like 2017 I thought that he was hyped, but ever since then he has really increased his stocks, and when I saw that free kick versus Chelsea that 30-yarder, that swerve on that really mirrored the CR7
style
at so at Man U, like he had that pace, that skills in him, that elasticos, and so I think he would currently be CL quality, but he obviously can go on to win the Ballon d'Or.
So next up, it's Declan Rice.
I think he's decent. Like I think he's decent. He's a good ball-winning midfielder. He's a good holding midfielder. He would start on a Europa League team. I would say, like he would start on a good Europa League team that goes deep into the semi-finals, final stage. But I don't see him starting for a long time for England. I don't see him starting for a long time for England. Like he may be getting a small stint, but he wouldn't be, the longevity wouldn't be there. I think he was better off being with Ireland. He would have got a lot more opportunities.
Again, controversial opinion. I would put him in overhyped category.
Exactly.
Solely down to the hype that Chelsea fans and West Ham fans have created of him. Like people say he is worth 80 million pounds, 100 million pounds. I mean, that's way too much. Yeah, that's overhyped clearly. So that's about it from my side.
Richarlison.
Richarlison. I think for me he would be decent quality, not worthy of the Champions League right now. And he definitely has the potential to become a quality Champions League player.
Yeah, I would also say that if Everton one day make the Champions League, then Richarlison would be a big part of it. So if he decides to stay there, obviously, I think this would be a good time to seek a move away because he's been carrying
Yeah.
Everton to like top 10 finishes for the last 2 years. I think he should like take the next step in his career. He's decent. He can be a baller. So
Yeah, agree.
Alright.
Yeah, so I
I
haven't seen him
think
play a lot, but yeah, I think his goal
Hmm.
scoring prowess is there for him. So I think decent.
and
finishes.
next up we have
Rodrigo.
Rodrigo. Abhay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, so when we bought him from Santos, I think he was really like a great player, but I didn't think he lived up to his price tag of like 40 million. But I think I was wrong because whenever he has played, he has scored like a lot of goals, especially that match versus Galatasaray where he scored a hat trick, and he was like the
yeah.
second youngest player to score a hat trick after R9. So I think he obviously deserves to be in the CL quality, and especially for the fact because he hasn't really played a lot of games due to Eden Hazard, Vinicius, and Lucas Vasquez. So I think he would be in the CL quality for me right now, but he obviously has a potential to be a baller. And if I would go so far as to say that a Ballon d'Or winner.
I wouldn't go that far. I would say his ceiling is ballers, and I would say that he's currently decent. Like he's decent for his position. He obviously had one or two very great games. I think he scored a brace in one of the UCL games.
Hat trick.
A
I
hat
think
trick, yes, a hat-
PSG hat trick sure.
Yeah,
I'm not
PSG
sure
case,
about
I
the
think
brace.
he scored one goal.
One goal maybe, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I
yeah.
think-
He scored a brace versus some Russian team, I guess. I don't know.
No,
I don't
you
know.
had Bruges
No,
in the group alongside.
Brugge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
Club
yeah,
Brugge,
so I think he's decent. I think he definitely has a room to grow, but currently he's decent. Not worthy of a Ballon d'Or, I think.
So right now I would put him in the UCL quality category, and I think he has the potential to be a baller. Not as far as a Ballon d'Or winner for me.
Bukayo Saka.
Bukayo Saka, interesting. I think for me he would be in the decent category. He is a like fairly good winger, quite similar to the level of. I mean, he could be better than Martinelli, but unfortunately he's been played out of position,
Yeah,
and he's not been too hyped. So I think decent would be fair for him.
Yeah. I think like his perfect position would be a left wing back.
Left winger, yeah.
Yeah. He's good defensively, he's good at crossing, so that would be like the perfect like he could maybe play left mid in a more defensive 3-4-3 or something like that, but
yeah.
I think left wing back is the perfect position for him. I also think he's very decent. Arsenal is not utilizing his full potential. Maybe a move away may be suiting him, but yeah, decent is good enough for him at this stage.
Decent, agree.
Jadon Sancho.
All right.
Okay.
Jadon
So I
Sancho, can
haven't-
we simply put him in the Ballon d'Or category?
Oh,
Yeah.
I think
Ballon d'Or, easily.
okay. Both of you say Ballon d'Or. I say he's still a baller. Going based on this season itself, maybe Ballon d'Or, but overall in his career, I think he's a baller.
I mean, he's just had 2 full seasons.
Yeah,
So-
and in both seasons,
He's
he
done
played
very
really
well.
well. Yeah, really well for his age and his playing time. Like the first, like the first year, he was like not played that much, but he still performed really well. So I think he would be in the Ballon d'Or for me too.
Sandro Tonali.
Sandro Tonali.
I think he goes on the CL quality for me. Like he's 17 or 18 years old, if I'm not wrong, or 19. I don't really know,
19,
but he's in that teen range, and like
Yeah.
he's a really good ball playing CDM, and he's that defensive Rom Deuter. Like Muller's a CF, like he's like a CDM CB hybrid, where he can see spaces and fill up that gaps to stop the opponent from scoring, and he's like Casemiro but younger. so when I've seen him play, he has been really good, and especially versus Juve, that game was really good for him. And I would put him in the CL quality because he deserves a better team than Brescia.
I think
Sorry, Aryan.
I think as soon as Andrea Pirlo said that Sandro Tonali is going to be better than him, I think it automatically puts him in UCL quality. Like obviously his
quality, yeah.
play itself is, is amazing. He's not really utilized properly because of he's at a club like Brescia. Obviously he's
Brescia.
going to be a star at Brescia. He has to move to a bigger club to prove himself. But I still think even if he moves to a bigger club, he's going to prove himself. So UCL quality would be a decent place for him right now. Maybe a baller in the future.
All right. Next up, we have Cengiz Under from Roma.
Well, Aryan might know him quite well.
I mean, 2 years ago, everybody was hyping him up so much, and he was living up to it.
I think
So 2 years
he
ago,
just fell off now.
2 years ago, he would have been a baller, I would say. But right now, he is just overhyped. He's
overhyped for me. Exactly, agree.
He has not lived up to anything. All the Turkish fans will tell you otherwise, but no, he's just overhyped.
But Turkish fans are like
very adamant.
Arsenal fans, yeah.
So next up on this list, Dayo Upamecano, the French centre back at RB Leipzig.
Aryan, would you like to start?
Yeah, I'm going to say that Ibrahima Konate is better than Dayot Upamecano.
Yeah, exactly.
So, even though Ibrahima Konate has 2 more years on him, maybe that is the reason why. But Dayot Upamecano has been linked to so many clubs for so long. He's been okay-ish. He's never been like a very good defender. Obviously, he has the frame to back it. That's why many a club is seeking after him. He's fast. He's well built.
Yeah.
That's like the traits in a centre back that you look for. But I don't think he has the quality to like start for a UCL winning team. So I'm going to say he's just decent.
Yeah, I mean, the sole fact that he's playing in a CL club, like, and he's performing really well, like with Mukiele and Konate. So I think he'd go in the CL quality for me. Like, he has the frame to be the top centre backs, and he obviously has that knack to slide into tackles really easily. But he is CL quality for me.
Yeah, again, playing for a fairly good quality Champions League club in RB Leipzig, he's doing quite well. And if you look at his physique, I think it's quite Koulibaly-esque. So I think I would put him in the UCL quality category.
Federico Valverde.
Abhay, it's only right you start, man.
Yeah. So I'd go like, he's not a baller, but he's in that verge on being a baller currently, because he really broke out this season. And when I first saw him on the team sheet in the pre-seasons, I was like, who is he? And ever since then, I was wrong, and he has really benched a Ballon d'Or winner. So like, that really says a lot about him. And he's basically like a CDM and a Modric hybrid. Like he can pass,
I think it's more like
defend, come back, shoot. Like, he has all the qualities. Like, he's like a well-rounded Casemiro.
Aryan, what do you think?
Obviously, you are going to say UCL quality. As Real Madrid fans, you both are going to say he's on the verge of UCL quality and ballers. I'm going to say he's more on the verge of UCL quality and decent, but I'm going to say he's UCL quality. I think he needs 1 more year to prove himself in La Liga.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was great in La Liga this season. I think 1 more year and he establishes himself as a great midfielder. He's definitely between UCL quality and ballers. So,
yeah, I mean, I would agree with both of you in saying he is UCL quality. I think he's more of an energetic cruise in the fact that he can play CDM and CM. So, yeah.
Vinicius Junior.
I would say UCL quality. All right. Sorry.
Continue.
So, I mean, he is a very talented winger. The only problem he has is his final ball. If he can improve that, he would be a baller for me. Right now, UCL quality for sure.
Yeah, so personally for me, whenever I've seen him play, like he has that spark in him that goes off whenever he gets the ball, and like he's pacey, he's good at dribbling, but the only place which lets him off is his finishing and his decision making. So currently he's going to CL quality, but if we had a decent enough finish on him, he would go straight into the ballers for me.
Ballers
But
category.
currently CL quality.
I mean, this might come as a surprise. It might also be, you might also think that I'm a Barcelona fan. That is why I'm saying
I
this.
already know what you're going to say.
It's between decent and overhyped. From a guy who's not a Real Madrid fan, I'm going to say whatever I've seen of Vinicius Junior and how much hype was surrounding him when he was bought, I am going to say he's not delivered to that. He's not. The end product is one of the most important things in football. Like, you can dribble as much as you want. You need to have the goals to back yourself. Vinicius Junior, although he has very good dribbling, he has very good skills, he's a little bit selfish as well. At times he tends to take the odd shot, and he obviously isn't good at finishing at this moment. So that lets him down a lot, which is why I'm going to say he's between decent and overhyped, but my vote doesn't matter anyway because I've been voted out. He's still in the UCL quality.
And the
Dan
second
Axel
last player on
Zagadou.
this list, I think, yeah.
Zagadou, है ना, Aryan?
Dan Axel Zagadou.
Yeah.
See, I've been
Aryan,
saying this multiple times. I've said this many a times in your videos as well. Like, why Dortmund have not sold Zagadou and Akanji and kept Diallo is beyond me.
Yeah.
Like, they sold Diallo to PSG and kept Zagadou and Akanji.
and Akanji.
That's a very bad decision on their part. Zagadou is decent. He's not like worthy of starting at a club like Borussia Dortmund though. Like, he could start for a mid-table Bundesliga team is what I'm saying. I'm going to say that he's overhyped.
Abhay?
I haven't seen a single game of his playing style, but I have played him on FIFA, and he is quite average. But I won't rate him on that. And I take Aryan's word in saying that he's overrated because I really haven't heard of him that much. And Dortmund have been conceding a lot of goals recently, so I think he'd go in the override for me as well.
Yeah, I would agree with both of you. I mean, he's not good enough for Dortmund, and a mid-table Bundesliga team. It's not even Europa League, so overhyped would be the right category.
Yeah.
And finally, we have the last player on our list. It's Nicolo Zaniolo.
Yeah, Zaniolo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Abhay, yeah.
Yeah, so he's a beast for Roma. Like, he can play as a cam or a CM, and whenever I've seen him, like, he obviously stands out in major matches as well. But since Roma are underperforming, that might shroud his true playing style and his skills. But I'd go and rate him as a CL quality because he deserves to play for a better team than Roma. Like, they're good, but not as good as to hone his true skills.
I think Zaniolo is best utilized as a winger. I think
As a winger.
Yeah, I think he's not utilized properly if he's played centrally. He's better at playmaking and passing the ball than he is at finishing. Obviously, he has had a lot of braces. He scored, I think, in the UCL quarterfinals. That was like the breakout season for him. I think he scored 2 goals in a UCL quarterfinal. And since then, like, he's been Roma's next like hero. He's supposed to be like a Roman for life, but I don't think that's how his career should go. I think he should move to a bigger club. Like, considering the amount of talent he has, he's not the fastest, but a club that can accommodate a mid-paced winger would be like the best place for him. Like, a 4-4-2 formation would be like the best place for him, not a 4-3-3. But I'm going to say that he's decent. He could move into the UCL quality though.
Yeah, I mean, to play for Roma, you're probably Europa League starting team quality. I think decent would be the perfect category for him. Sorry. Obviously, he's got the potential to be a UCL quality player in the future.
So
So
there you have
that
it.
is it from yeah,
Entire tier
that
list.
is it from today's video. If you did enjoy this video, let me know by leaving a like. And as a whole, if you do like the tier list concept, let me know by leaving a comment down below. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video with your friends and keep watching the Football Talk Exchange. Thank you.